Hello, family. How you doing? Hard to believe it's the last day of May. Welcome to our family reunion. Hey, Jen in Georgia. Hi, Whispering Winds. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being here to mod. Hi, Cece. We are going to be kind of just doing a case questions and updates today. Later on this evening, we have a special guest coming on our show to talk about her experience because her son was sexually extorted over the internet. And it's happening more and more. We have little Alisa Petro from Utah who's missing. She's right here in our thumbnail, far left. And she was communicating with three older men, one in Florida, one in Utah, and one in Texas, grooming and luring her for 5 months. Hi, show poodles. And so it's happening in our homes. We know there was a case last year where the little boy was being sextorted and he didn't know what to do, so he unalived himself. So I want us to be able to educate ourselves and learn this mother's story. And I have some things lined up from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. So it is going to be a great show tonight. Hit your notification bell, please, because it is a survivor's true story, a mother's story of her child being sextorted. So we need to learn about it. These perverts are creeping into our homes, our children's lives. Hey, Little Red, how you doing? Hey, Jules DeCali, Charlene, good to see you all. So today what I thought we would just do is I'll give you a few updates. Hi, Mama. Give you a few updates and you can ask questions or call in to ask questions, whichever you want to do. So Alisa Petrov, she is 15 from Utah. She is on the far left of our thumbnail. And forgive me, I can't find my regular glasses, and the ones I have are not very effective. So if I can't see all of your comments or if I misread them, I apologize now. Alisa was dropped off at school. She lives in South Jordan, Utah. Now, I have family all over Utah, so all these towns are they are very familiar with me. And she was dropped off in American Fork by family to go to school. She's in middle school. And she, instead of going to class, went to a gas station and then ended up catching a train toward Provo. The Utah Transit Authority saw her walking away, and then apparently law enforcement and family had found people who had talked to her. She was asking for a ride to Vegas, which scares me to death. I pray she never made it there, walking the streets alone there. And then when she couldn't get rides from a couple people for Vegas, she asked someone to take her to Utah. One of the predators is from Utah. So take her further back to Utah in a different range. So she went to Provo from South Jordan. Her parents took her to American Fork. She hopped a transit train to Provo and was trying to get to Las Vegas, Nevada. Now they have arrested the men, all three, but she is not with any of them. And as of right now, the story is she has not met with any of them. So the men are arrested, but we have no idea where Alisa is. She is 15 years old. She has brown hair, brown eyes. Her hair is very, very long. And one eye wanders when she gets tired. Very scary. I have Lily and Jack up here today because there is a new search today. They are searching around the property and the pipeline trail. Don't know what to think. I really don't. I really believe it's foul play, but when I was going towards foul play, but yesterday when I hear there were two kids attempted to be abducted out of a yard 2 days before Jack and Lily went missing, but the dad ran out and saved the kids. Two. And it's just so unusual for someone to take two. So I'm like, could that be the same person? I don't know. Then the day before yesterday, someone tried to take a child there. So it puts a little bit more of a question mark in there for me. Good to see you all. Hey, Zipper. Yes, please like and share the video and make sure you spread the word about tonight. You couldn't find anything about the other abductees? I have not looked, to be honest, because I went out to dinner yesterday, but after we're off here, I will jump on. So yeah, and that's very scary if indeed that happened. And you all know that there was a dark SUV in the area on the day the kids went missing, like a 50-year-old man with mustache bald head. So very, very scary. The kids were reported missing May 2nd at around 10 a.m., living with mom and self-proclaimed stepdad. I'm not sure if he is actually indeed the stepdad on the stepdad's mother's property. The new person in the situation, because I was trying to look into this, is the uncle. The uncle has recently moved onto the property. That is a new element to the situation, and we always want to look at what's new, what's happening that's different, right? So the kids got off the bus Tuesday. We thought that was the last time they had been seen in public, but the RCMP, the Mounties, have shared with us that they were seen May 1st in the afternoon in public with family members. Now, the Mounties are asking for footage of Gerlich Road, whether it's dash cam or CCTV, backing it all the way up to April 28th at noon. So I'm trying to get the date there. April 28th at noon to May 2nd at noon. Now, May 2nd is when the kids were reported missing. It's a Friday. May 1st was Thursday, and the kids were home from school. Lily had a cough, and apparently I'm hearing there was whooping cough or something going around. So they kept Jack home too. That's what's rumors going around. Then on April 30th, Wednesday, the school was closed. Now, interestingly, Tuesday, the bus driver saw them on the 29th, dropped them off in the afternoon. But law enforcement wants all footage from the 28th at noon to Friday, May 2nd at noon. So I wonder, now that they know that they were with family out in public, are they looking for their return back to the home on May 1st? Are they looking for if they went anywhere else after that? Are they looking for other people who came to the home? Or could they be looking for suspicious vehicles around the area? Really, really interesting. And, Daniel claims he took his polygraph and he says it was favorable, in favor of him. So, Mom, they're still not communicating, but they have a liaison for communication and messages between them. I hope they find these children soon. So they are out searching today around the property and the pipeline trail. Any questions about the kids? That's what I was wondering, Whispering Winds. Also, oh yeah, good point. Did they come back with them from the public? Who brought them? All of that stuff. They're probably trying to put pieces together. Okay. And I really do think they're leaning towards some sort of foul play because they have the major crimes unit involved. Let me see something real quick, because in Canada, I want to check something. Hold on. Okay. It says they handle serious and complex investigations. I just wanted to make sure Canada was the same as ours. Their major crime units handle homicides, suspicious deaths, serious and complex criminal investigations, and other cases where foul play is expected. That's what their major crimes unit gets involved. Hey, Castle. So in Canada, they've had the majors crime unit involved since early on. And in Canada, major crime units handle serious and complex criminal investigations, homicides, suspicious deaths, and other cases where foul play is suspected. They also investigate missing persons cases where harm or foul play is suspected. So it seems that they are looking at foul play, in my opinion, from that. But it is also a serious and complex investigation. But they do missing persons cases where harm or foul play is suspected. That's Canadian Major Crimes Unit. Then we have Brian Kohberger. His pretrial hearing was on May 15th in Ada County in Boise. He is charged with unaliving Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, and Megan Mogan at the University of Idaho on November 13th of 2022 between around 4 a.m. and 4:20 a.m. He was arrested on, I believe it was December 31st, caught in his kitchen in his like boxer shorts with gloves on in the middle of the night, putting his trash in Ziplocs. When they kicked into the parents' home where he was staying in Pennsylvania, they zip tied the family, which is protocol, and got him out of there and arrested him. What a happy New Year, right? What a New Year's Eve for a family. That's terrifying. So the newest updates are he has submitted that he is autistic. And although the judge said that cannot be brought in during the trial as a reason to why this occurred, but they will be able to possibly, I think they're able to bring it in if he's convicted during the sentencing phase. Okay. They are trying to keep what I believe is they are trying to save Brian's life right now, because Brian will be in front of the firing squad if he gets the death penalty. That's Idaho. And they are trying to save his life right now. Now, Brian's mother refused to allow him to take any sort of a plea bargain. And I don't know. I don't know if I agree with her. She wanted him to have a trial, and she did not want him to admit to guilt. She wanted him to have a fair trial. You know how moms. And I hope it doesn't backfire on him. I mean, for her. But she did want him to take a plea. They are not taking a plea. They are claiming he has an alibi of driving around looking at the stars at night, and they are going to be bringing in alternate suspects. So that will be very interesting as to whom the alternate suspects are. Also, when I watched the pretrial hearing, and if you didn't watch my video, watch it, because they were talking about the knife. The judge referred to the knife will be kept in a case. The judge talked to the prosecution about how to get the knife into the building. And then I showed you a document that the state had filed, an amended exhibit list to seal and not disclose. So it's really interesting. I'm wondering are they bringing in a replica? Have they found the knife? What's going on? Do they have a replica? Have they found, another knife? I'm not sure. But it was really interesting, because then he said, we don't need anywhere for a gun because there's no guns in this case. So they could be bringing in a replica of the Amazon K-knife, K-bar knife. They could be bringing in one that, remember they talked about he was trying to reorder another knife. Right? Little Red, it is really good to see you. How you doing? Hey, Castle. Hey, Zipper. Hello, hello. So now Dateline leaked, and that's my next video for Brian. I did the knife about the pretrial hearing. My next video is going to be on the Dateline leaks because Judge Hippler was very upset about those because there has been a very strict gag order on this case. Even the families are not being given information. Ooh, crafting while listening. Listen to you all, multitaskers. And so now they have asked to delay the trial. The defense has, again, this is year 3, and they have asked to delay the trial, Ann Taylor has, because of those leaks. And we are going to go over those leaks. And the judge was really upset, but he has not ruled on that yet. Are we going? And you know what? The families had to do GoFundMes to get the money to go to Boise because of the change of venue. People were helping donate to their trips. They had to take time off of work, all of that. And for it to be rescheduled, I just really hope it's not. The biggest mistake I think they made in this case was allowing the house to be torn down, in my opinion. I know it was emotional and hard on the county, but I think for justice to be served, if they could have maybe endured just a little bit longer till justice for the kids who could have been secured. Hold on one second. Let me tell my doggy to stop. So we are waiting to see if the trial will be delayed. And then we have Lori Vallow here in Arizona. Man, she's got a lot of trials. Okay, Lori is in Arizona here, going on her second trial here in Arizona. Last month, she was convicted of conspiracy to unalive her husband, Charles Vallow. She has already been convicted in Idaho for the M of her children, Tylee and JJ. Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow, and also her husband, Daybell's wife. Conspiracy to unalive her. Now she's going on trial, by the way, representing herself. She's already creating fireworks as they do jury seating. She's asked to have the judge removed. She was denied. She is on fire, friends. And she is being charged with the conspiracy to conspiracy and attempt to unalive Brandon Boudreaux, her niece's husband. So it is just so many bodies and lives in this case, right? Yes, Craybell, good one, Jen. So that is coming up, and I'm going to put out a poll to see if you all will be interested in watching. This is going to be her final show. After this, she goes back to Idaho. She starts serving life sentences. By the way, she has an appeal. She starts serving life sentences. We'll probably see an appeal if that goes through. But if not, this is her final performance. And I can assure you it's going to be a doozy. Hi, Debbie says what? Because she is already on one. Fireworks going off. So she will knock down, drag through anyone she can, in my opinion, just to be out of her cell and the attention on her. Okay. So that is coming up, and I am going to ask you in a poll if I stream with you, if you would like to watch with me. Actually, if you're in here, just put a 1 if you would want to watch and a 2 if you would not. So, and that will be beginning shortly. I believe they're already seating the jury. What's a Hippler? Judge? Thank you, 1. The judge? 1. Oh, good. Great. Well, I'll be here because I'm on break. I'll be here for it. Wonderful. That's great. I will check it out. It might be starting Monday if they seeded it. I didn't look for an update on Friday, but I will let you all know via a post. So that is going on. Cray Cray's final show. I feel so bad for her son. Colby has just been through so much. It was JJ's birthday recently. And the message that, yes, please click the like button. Thank you, Castle. And the message that he put out to JJ was just so sweet. My heart breaks for Colby, for that whole family that's had to keep going through this. Aw, thank you, Whispering Winds. Anything to get a J live. Well, you'll get me all day. We'll have each other all day. That was very sweet, Whispering Winds. Makes me feel loved. Then we have Evelyn Boswell. Now, we know her mother, Megan, has been convicted of unaliving her, and it was a horrible, horrible, horrible death. Reported missing, the famous goose hunt, sending police everywhere, and she was not reported missing for months. Grandpa noticed, but Mom's been convicted. Now, Mom's back in. She was supposed to be in court the other day, but it was delayed. I think it was Thursday. It was delayed, and what they're trying to do is her sentences are consecutive, and they are trying to get them concurrent. Okay? Hold on one second. Someone's messaging me. 1 second. Let me just make sure and I've got the wrong phone plugged in because I wanted to charge. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Sorry, y'all. But I'm going to start letting you call in a second. I just want to give you an update on Sebastian because there is one from at night. So what they want to do. And there's one from at night also. And, but for Evelyn, her mom's Thursday, it was delayed, but she's going back into court to ask for concurrent sentences, meaning they're occurring at the same time instead of consecutive, where she finishes one sentence and begins another. Actually, let me look up her exact sentences, just so we know. Sorry about that. I take that back. The state is what's bringing it back to court. They want them served consecutively, not concurrently. So the state is pulling her back into court. She has life in prison right now with the possibility of parole. Let me get her charges for you. That baby was so cute, wasn't she? Okay. She is charged with 3 counts and was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree M. Wow. 3 counts of first-degree M. So they are trying to get those sentences to be shorter by occurring at the same time, fulfilling them at the same time. So we'll see how that goes with the judge. Okay. And then for Sebastian, let me pull up X. Okay, there is an update, and I wanted to share it with you because we hadn't had one in a couple weeks, so I wanted to make sure that you have it, know it's there. Where did I see it? It came up. Oh, you know what? It's not from them. It's from Hong. Let's pull up Hong. Okay. Where did it come up? I had one just pop up. Interesting. I'll read it on my phone because I can find it on my phone. I had one pop up on my phone, and it says, Tennessee, there will be justice. Hold on. Let me try and find it for you. Maybe it was an old one. I don't know. It just alerted me of it. But anyway, hold on one second, you guys. I'm so sorry. I have an important call coming in. I am so sorry. Okay, sorry about that, you all. Well, I had one it popped up today for me. Let me see. I'm not seeing it, but I will check it again. Let's see it, because it did say, justice is coming, but we had that on May 12th, so I don't know if it would have re-popped up to me. I thought we had an update for him. May 15th, May 13th. Huh. I really did think there was an update. Sorry, guys. But for Sebastian, I have posted a letter for those of you who want to use it. What we do want to do is make sure you are sending it to people above the sheriff's head. Do not send it to their committee of the one. They don't have internal affairs, but they have, oh, it's on the sheriff's page. They call it something, and I sent it to Tony to share with Seth, so Seth could report his complaints to Craddock, okay? So let me see what the name of it is again, okay? There's no internal affairs, but there is an Office of Professional Accountability. But only the direct person involved has standing to report it. And so only Seth or KP could report it, okay? So I sent the information in. So I'm just asking you, don't do it, because they said that if anyone sends stuff and we find out, we investigate, it's not true, we will start investigating you. So I'm protecting you. Let Seth handle that with the Office of Professional Accountability for Sumner County, okay? But there is an office that does hold them accountable, and I did provide Seth with that information. Why are we here with no like just a big old black screen? Okay. So, does anyone want to call in? You are welcome to call in, ask any questions about the cases, share anything you want to share. JJ, can you post a list, or we just send an email to Seth? Post a list. Oh, the contact list. Yes, yes, yes. There is a letter, Jen, on my community post that I provided for all of you. I did put the governor of Tennessee in there. What I want is for you to send it to your governors too of your state. The more that we get more eyes, they're a network. We need more people than just Tennessee. And I'm carbon copying everyone so everyone is accountable, knowing each other knows. So please send it to your governors as well. That is a network. And but so I posted the letter. I have the governor's name in the letter. And I thought it was just easier because I can't give you the Office of Professional Responsibility. I can give you the state attorney general, and I can provide you with, you're welcome, YouTuber, a couple of other names. But other than that, I would say, yes, email. You know why, Jen? Then you can carbon copy them all at the same time, and they know. They've received it, and they all have it. And so that's how I'm doing it. And I will get some names out there. I forgot to put a contact list out for you all. Thank you for reminding me, Jen. But your governors, the governor's name on the letter that I linked for you all, and then the attorney generals, your state in Tennessee. So and also please go over to change.org. Seth Rogers has a petition there. He is petitioning to bring in higher agency onto the case above Sumner County. Fresh eyes. So please go sign that. I have signed it. And I hope you all sign it as well. Yeah, I think email, Jen, just because then you know it's easier for you. It goes immediately. You can carbon copy people. They all know who's getting it. There's no we didn't get it, we didn't know kind of thing, right? And Sebastian, the thing that I'm most bothered with is we have heard repeatedly from TBI in Sumner County, no stone will go unturned. Well, that is a bold-faced you know what, when you're not calling eyewitnesses from Oregon and even asking a question, an inquiry, and you are not following up on a potential sighting in Bristol, Virginia, and the father drives there, gets there, talks to police, and they've not even heard a word from Sumner County. That is just oh, thank you for posting the link, Seth's petition. Thank you. Debbie says, what? Thank you for signing it and sharing it. Joanne, thank you for signing it. We're Sebastian's Army. We're not going to be quiet. The fact that Craddock said he doesn't care what his constituents in public think. I hope if you're a local, you are looking for someone to run against the man, or taking my advice and getting that petition out with 15% of the voters signing it. It will recall his position. It will go before your county commissioners, and then that will be your problem, because you would need 2/3 of a vote. And I have a feeling if we are dealing with what we're watching, I would assume we would be watching the same thing occur there. My opinion, but it's always worth a try and run someone against them. But they have to have a 2/3 majority after that petition in the county commission. And I did one of them had an ethics violation. I did a video on him and Sebastian, or him and Craddock, and got a little warning, stay out of politics. So in my opinion, dirty is what dirty does. And that is just my opinion. Like everything is here for entertainment purposes only. But I believe when you are not speaking out about a missing child, you should not have the office that leads a community for safety and protection. So they have another event coming up, or they had an event on the 24th, or it's coming up. And I sure hope that they use that time to talk about Sebastian. And I think I even put a post in there. I don't remember, but I think I did. So lots going on. How are all you feeling about, YouTuber, I got some weirdo message and it said, I'm warning you, stay out of Sumner County politics. It's none of your business if you don't live here. So I did at night, and then Dog's team emailed me and asked me who had warned me. So I sent them the information. So yeah. So if you want, like I said, way back 14 months ago, when that happened, or 13, whatever, however many months, it was right around when Dog and them came in, or right before. If they react like that, what does that tell us? That's where we need to be looking. That's where the problem lies, right there in their political system. Because I was warned to stay away from it. Why would they care if we're poking around in their political system and officials? Unless they have something to hide. I think the root comes to there. Hi, Chemistry Queen and Ginger Snap. It was a county commissioner. I will have to go back to my notes and my video, and we can go over all that. And he had said something out loud that one of the people who were running for commission, he didn't care for, but he wasn't going to say whom, or something like that. And another county commissioner filed an ethics complaint against him for, since he made the statement, instead of saying whom he was talking about, he tainted everyone's reputation, right? And she had a husband who was running. So I brought that up, and that's when I got my warning. So if you need 2/3 of that commission to vote him out, I think that would be a problem. Also, because you had county commissioner, I know of one for sure who was at the command post, who knows darn well that Sebastian was not kidnapped by strangers, who knows there was a 3 a.m. car, and who knows there were flashlights who got out of it. So they got problems in Sumner County. So they are going to back each other, in my opinion. But the beauty of it is, that they are all coming up for election. So the more heat on the commissioners who were at the command post, the more heat on Craddock, who's got to run also. The commissioners have to run. Okay, that's now the heat has to start. Because commissioners who know a child wasn't taken, but allows a sheriff to say we have nothing, you don't cover for that. You don't do it. So we're gonna come forth, aren't we? They are corrupt, in my opinion. And anyone who knows what's happening is part of the corruption because they're not speaking up. And I'm talking about elected officials too, and cops. The Hendersonville cop, CC, he's crying leaving a vigil the Tuesday night, the day after he was reported missing, a neighborhood vigil, saying it's bad, it's so, so bad. He had been driving around with the police that morning, Sumner County. He was at the command post looking at the footage like everyone else was. So what did he see that made a seasoned police officer cry? It's not we don't have nothing, like they're saying. I am telling you, they're either incapable of solving it, or there's conflicts of interest, in my opinion, or rather than calling in the marshals and others, is Craddock's ego bigger than Sebastian's survival? There needs to be a protest, a peaceful protest, in my opinion, for the marshals to be called in. That is my opinion. Yeah, the DA was out there. By the way, the DA was out there day 3 at the command post center. He knows darn well, too, in my opinion, they were all there. No one's looking for a stranger. They knew he was taken unlawfully, kidnapped. They knew he didn't run away. They knew there was a 3 a.m. car in the neighborhood. They knew people with flashlights got out of it. A police officer left a vigil who had been at the command post watching footage and driving around with tears. It's bad. It's so, so bad. And there was a county commissioner who also was overheard sharing some things, that it was not a stranger who came and took him. So there's a lot there. Hi, Roxy R. Hi, Roxy R. So lots going on. One second. Sorry, I'm getting some alerts and stuff. So we have to raise our voice and that's not okay. Don't reelect people who don't say, hey, Craddock, you're wrong. I saw the footage. You don't get to say there's nothing. This is a boy's life. If they do not stand up like that for Sebastian and for a child's life, they should not have a position. They knew something was found at the landfill. Yeah, what was found? Was it the bag of clothes the lady saw? Was it something else? Was it electronics? Was it more than a bag of clothes? Yes, Jen, if nothing is done, nothing will change. You're right. Even if they ignore it, you know what'll happen? The next child. They don't solve missing cases in Sumner County. They have 4 open cases. Sebastian's one of them. And the other 3, one person was missing but found nugged, by the way, and 2 other missing decades. Oh, and guess what they say? It's so mysterious to the family and us. It's so mysterious. They can't solve them. The only reason they found Tiffany Bostek is because a what do you call them, county worker stumbled over her. The only reason Piper, the little girl who was drowned, that's solved is because there were eyewitnesses seeing the mother do it. And I know we're all going to say that infrared child they found in the woods with the infrared, and Craddock ran up and grabbed the child out, and it was a big news media there to show it. No, that doesn't happen. The news isn't right there with them as they're grabbing a child, saving them. That was a media opportunity for someone who was running for sheriff but wasn't speaking about the other child in the community who was missing, in my opinion. I give him no credit for finding that child because that was a media op. He didn't find that child. I bet. I think it was planned, yes. I really, really do. Not the child going missing, but when they located the child, I think they used it as a real good media op for the Craddock running for sheriff. Right? It was a good media op because he was getting heat for not doing anything about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Look at that sheriff in Dixon County who nabbed the Joe Clyde Daniels case. They are both sitting in prison with no body. There you go. Many people are arrested just for misleading police. Many are arrested when there's missing children and they suspect foul play and there's misleading. Cody Gibson, his dad was put behind bars before they had Cody and now convicted. Right? They can do this, but they have to want to. But I really think that they need to bring in higher. They could charge right now, they could put him behind bars, and I did send a message about that, for neglect. Katie could be charged with neglect. He could be charged with abuse. This is alleged. I've never had the CPS reports in my hand, so I believe Seth, but I'm just saying because they haven't been in my hand. Okay. That could start right there. Misleading. Now, we know they're misleading because there's not one story stayed the same. And then if you play the audio that was recorded with the PI trying to get information from them, it was clearly a game to them. Ballpark, sure, I guess. Okay. No, wasn't a dash cam that recorded it in the car, but something was recording it, and I'm not going to tell you. Well, because you probably sat a phone on the seat, so it wasn't that car's dash cam recording it because you were probably in CB's car, so you needed to claim you were in your car, so put your phone there so you would have recording. That's just what I'm guessing. My theory, I had a theory too about Jack and Lily. What do you think? Does anyone know if the landfill by St. Jude was searched? I do not know, Charlene. I do not know. That's a good question. We know that criminal profiler Pat Brown thinks possibly her theory is that CP was there. Something occurred and Sebastian is anywhere from on the drive from Hendersonville to Memphis. So, also, as far as Jack and Lily go, there was something I was going to tell you. Renewed search. Oh, Daniel says he's passed his poly. There was something else I was going to tell you. Something you guys wrote in here. Let me go back. But do you all have any questions? I don't know if the landfill was searched, but that's a great question. We can send that in. I can send that question in. I believe the reserve police, Chris, don't put the two names in, please. Yes, yes, Charlene, I do too. I do too. I do too. But all their cases that are open are missing people, one of whom is a cop's child. Not child, he was a man. And they found him unalive by a nug and have never solved it. Now you would think, they would solve something. It's just very terrible. Very terrible. They had a shooting of kids right after New Year's Eve there. And the child was arrested because eyewitnesses reported him. Thank goodness. I'm just wondering if crime is going to start raising there, because that calling R just simply snuggle trouble. People know that their sheriff believes that. So that tells criminals, oh, he's soft on what we do. And it tells victims, don't report R, because this is what he thinks he's going to, you just had a bad day. The person you were with had trouble snuggling with you. It's just disgusting. So I wonder if their crime rate is going to raise. I do know that he has changed the atmosphere of Sumner County with his behavior and attitude during this case. He is supposed to have the trust of the people and does not. So I hope that they use their voices. They have not during this case for Sebastian, but I sure hope they do, because if one of their kids goes missing, they're going to get the same treatment. And I wonder if they're investigating the judge who was threatened. That's TBI. They're supposed to be investigating that. So, hi, Gypsy. Yeah, we're going to start right over. Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is the last day of May. We must start over right now because Gypsy has entered. And Roxy R is here, and YouTuber, and Jen in Georgia. No Pinot today. Yeah, unsolved cases everywhere. You are so right. No, I did not. Did you all know there's a Bower Sox construction company in Portland? I did not. Whispering Winds, I think it was destroyed, in my opinion. No, let me rephrase that. I am worried it was destroyed because many people referred to and saw that footage. As a matter of fact, Seth was asked to leave that area because they didn't want him to see it when they were first looking at it. Right? Interesting, right? So, yeah, they've watched it. I'm telling you, and I believe the audio goes with that footage. Brandon Carter reached out to me and asked me for that audio. If there was no footage, why would they, it just doesn't make sense. And I don't believe that they had the date of the flyer wrong for 14 months. The day the video was released of the backyard, like the next day or so, is when Justin revealed that email from Brandon Carter saying they've known for all these months that video could basically what he was saying is the video can't be real because he wasn't last seen on the 26th. He was last seen on the 25th. And sorry, everyone, we've had that wrong for 14 months. I don't believe that. And if that did happen, heads should be rolling. But I don't believe it happened. I don't believe that many people would put their professional reputation on the line with such a high profile case, letting dates just sit there that are wrong. And if they did, shame on them, and that needs to be reprimanded and penalized for. But what I do think is, since he waited all that time till just the right timing when that video came out, then he said, oh, by the way, it was the 25th. Sorry, we've had it wrong the whole time. I believe that was to debunk the video. Just like I believe the trash truck was to debunk the flashlights, just like I believe when they came out screaming that green hoodie had been cleared, that was to get everyone's eyes off of that video and green hoodie. Because no one approaches someone like that standing by your car. SF claims she had a stalker and all that. Really? So she's afraid of a stalker, so she's going to go approach someone standing near her car who had been standing there for 2 minutes? No. Then just walks face to face with them, nose to nose practically? No. So the only time they have come out is when they've tried to debunk something that has been leaked. The video in the backyard, they came out. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, we forgot to tell you for 14 months. He wasn't last seen on the 26th, which meant therefore that video can't be real. We just forgot to change it. Oh, the flashlights get leaked. Oh, guys, that was a trash truck. Really, guys? I don't buy it. But we know that. Well, let me say this. If they did destroy the footage, we can start naming names of people we know saw it. And they can do an entire internal affair investigation of TBI, Sumner County, Hendersonville Police, and put them in lie detectors if they have to see who viewed footage. And if they have to, whatever they do, I don't know how they do get police to, if they have to investigate, they will. Because if those people think we're not going to say something for a child's life, but every county commissioner, every official, every retired cop that was there at that command post needs to speak up and let them know what you saw, or we're going to. Because you're not going to say you didn't see something. We will release names of things we've been told, and you can investigate them then. Because that's going to happen. So, do any of you have any questions? Let me see here. And I just wanted to get the snuggle struggle. Everyone needs to include that to the governors. Yes, add that to your letter, please, because that just shows he is not someone who is strong on crime, who's going to protect. He's going to make excuses, and he's doing that in Sebastian's case, in my opinion, my alleged opinion. Yes, include his snuggle struggle comment. It's all over the internet. All you have to do is write the words and it'll pop up. How embarrassing for their sheriff, right? Oh, you all, I so appreciate your support. Yes, I just saw that. We have an autistic boy in Arizona who walked away from his group home in the last couple of days. So I have asked if they have a search going on, what areas I can search. So I may be going out to search for a young man. He's autistic, left his group home, and they have not seen him since. So I may be going out to do that if they get back to me. So prayers up for all the missing, you all. There's so many. And you know what? So many parents, like little Dylan Ealer. His dad's begging in Nova Scotia for police to help, the Mounties to help. Jonathan Hong's parents had to go all the way to the Washington Attorney General because their law enforcement wouldn't do their job. Now, I know I work really hard, and I know you all worked hard for your money. Now, when I pay taxes, I don't expect someone to collect their paycheck from my taxes and sit with their feet up on a desk telling a father of a missing child he doesn't care what the public and his constituents think. That, in my opinion, is a gross negligence of the office of sheriff. Okay, he is a disgrace, in my opinion. So it's been awfully quiet. We haven't heard anything from Doggin at night. Okay, since May 15th. Dog came out and said, "Back the blue, Sheriff Strong." Every time I walk into a sheriff's office, I stand with the blue. And he's probably trying to calm things down because people have had it with Craddock. Okay. People have had it with him. His public doesn't trust him. And he's not handling a missing child case. But it's not the first missing child case not being handled in Sumner County, in my opinion. All their cases. So I think it would be a really good research to do, and I might do it. I'm not even going to say it out loud, but I'm going to probably do it. So if you have any other questions, we will stream Lori Vallow's case. I will find out. Oh, really? He's in Georgia? That's cool. I've heard nothing about the spring search. I know they released it back in the winter that they were going to be out there in the spring searching, but then remember, I think it was Hong who came out, or someone came out and said they are not boots on the ground searching in Tennessee because they do not believe he is deceased. When they believe he is deceased, they will be searching Tennessee, that area, but they do not believe he is deceased. So they are not going to, that is what I remember hearing as to why they're not doing their spring search. But they didn't, when that sighting in Bristol came, they did not call the police station out there. They did nothing because Seth had gone out there and went to the police station and they had never heard of him. Sumner County. The Oregon eyewitness put in a police report at Sutherland, Oregon Police Department. They wrote a wonderful detailed account, sent it to Major Crimes Unit, Criminal Investigations of Hendersonville Police. And the eyewitness was never reached out to by a Hendersonville police officer, Sumner County police officer, sheriff, nothing, ever. Now, Brandon says he does one case a day. Now, but that wasn't the case. When Sonny was in, it was Eric Craddock who was supposed to be leading the investigation. So this happened before Brandon was lead. So it was when Eric was lead and Sonny was sheriff, and no one bothered to even contact the eyewitness. Not a call, not an inquiry, nothing. Weren't interested. So stones are going unturned. Jack and Lily's, treated like a missing child case, in my opinion. Took them 3 weeks to ask neighbors for their trail cams. They're just now asking for dash cams and CCTV, or, the surveillance footage hitting Garlick Road. The kids have been missing 1 month and 2 days from now. So I don't understand that either. Why are we waiting? So I don't know, you all. I mean, who waits? If you think the children are in the woods in the first couple of days and that's when you're searching, you'd be asking for the trail cam footage. You'd be asking for everyone's footage on Garlick Road because that's where the kids lived. So I don't understand what's happening. Now, they did back up the timeline. They're asking from the 28th, like I said, of April, which is really, really interesting. So from Monday of that week at noon to Friday of that week, after they were reported missing at noon, they want all dash cam and camera footage of Garlick Road. And so that's Monday. They went all the way back to Monday. Now, they know the kids were not gone Monday because the kids were cited in public on Tuesday. Excuse me. The kids were cited in public on Thursday with family in the afternoon. Now, maybe they're trying to see who brought the children home, if they made it home, if they were in the vehicle when the vehicle came home, if other cars came to the home, if other cars left, who was maybe in the vehicle, were there suspicious vehicles around? We're hearing of possible kids trying to be snatched there. I need to look that up. So, oh, I want to tell you that. I called Sumner County the other day. I called not the tip line. I called Sumner County, and of course, you don't get anyone to answer. And it's hit this button, hit that button, and each one you hit goes to a voicemail. No answering, no matter what problem I had. Then I thought, well, I am going to call the tip line then. And I did call it, and I don't want you guys to do it because we don't want to tie it up. But when you call Sumner County, they have all these reasons for you to call. If you need this, if you need that, if you need an officer, if you need this. But it does not say if you are leaving a tip for Sebastian Rogers, push whatever number. No instructions about leaving a tip for Sebastian Rogers. So anyone calling there has no idea which of those to push to leave a tip. Inadequacy and inefficient. JJ, who hadn't heard of Seth? Oh, Bristol County, Virginia. There was a sighting there. Remember, he was at the gas station, and we saw footage of an alleged possible sighting of Sebastian on that corner in Bristol, Virginia, just a couple of weeks ago. Seth drove out there. And that tip had come in. People had called that tip in. And Seth drove out there to Bristol, Virginia. Well, when Seth gets to the police station, in the gas station, no one, or the police station, Sumner County's never contacted anyone out there about the sighting. Did not follow up on the lead. So that is absolute proof. We're not just saying they're not following leads. It's proof because we have the Oregon witness they never contacted, and we have Bristol, Virginia, they've never contacted. So that is absolute proof that Sumner County Sheriff's Office is overlooking and ignoring leads for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and it is his life. And we need to speak up about that. That is wrong. They are not doing their duties. I hate that, right? Right, I agree, Whispering Winds. It's terrible. Christy Smith, you not feeling well, hon? Yeah, right. Another creator did that live on their channel. Yeah, I was going to play it for you. I recorded it again. I mean, it's terrible. There's absolutely no instruction whatsoever. Let me see if I have it still. Hold on 1 second. I'll play part of it for you if I have it. It's not easily accessible, but I will. I hit record and I will share it with you. Maybe, yeah. I think we should know. I actually will share it. And if I can't find my recording, I'll call again. But yeah, there's no directions. If you're calling to leave a tip for missing 16-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please push 6. Nothing. Nope. They did not customize that tip line at all to receive the tips. All of this is easy to point out, but when you do send your letters, be sure you include the snuggle trouble. And you can also add about the tip line giving no instructions as to where to leave a tip. You can't get a person. You don't know what number to push. That's all leading to their job description and duty when a child is missing. Should they collect paychecks when they don't care? Is there a protest being mentioned? I'm only for a peaceful protest, which I know all of you would be involved in anyway. But there does need to be a peaceful protest. We need to bring in people who want to do things like talk about Sebastian, who want to make sure dates are correct, who want to be transparent and honest, who want to talk about him and tell their public if they're safe or not. We need people helping like that. Yes, Jen, they're sweeping everything right under the rug. But I hope they're planning one. I hope it's a peaceful protest. And if you're in Nashville, that's great. Oh, that would be great if you and your whole family could attend. I'm not sure if one is being planned, but hi, Rusty Pipes. Good to see you. But I think it does need to be. I think it needs to say things like, say Sebastian's name. Where's the footage? But, call the marshals. Sebastian's life matters, right? Please, do right for Sebastian. And the Hongs, they had to do the same thing, ask their law enforcement to do it, to get involved. They had to go to the attorney general to get their law enforcement to do it, to look for their son. So it's happening more and more, and look at Jack and Lily's case. I hate to say it. They've in the beginning, they were doing really well with updates, but however, you all, when you're waiting this long a month later and you're starting to collect footage, it concerns me. And 3 weeks before you ask neighbors for their cameras, that worries me. Oh, okay. Okay. That would be great. Yes, I believe Sassy would be very good at organizing a peaceful protest. Yes, I think she would be great at it. I 100% agree. I think as a country, we need a specific task force that addresses crimes towards autistic and vulnerable individuals, including the missing, etc. They have a different set of needs and challenges. That is such a absolute wonderful comment. We absolutely have to do better. And these autistic children that are going missing, there's another one. Like I said, I might go search for today if they can get back to me about what area they need to look in, and I will go search for him. It's just sad. Yeah, it's sad. Now, I told you all we have a guest coming in tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Wait, now. Wait. No. I screwed it up. Hold on. I have to change it. Hold on. I think I messed it up. Let me verify. Let me double check here. Hold on. I may have set it for the wrong time. Okay, let me see. I forget what time she's coming now. Hold on. She's from out of country, so it's hard to set up our timings. I just want to make sure we've got them right. Okay, real quick. She's having technical difficulty right now, so she's trying. Her brother's on her way to help her. Okay, but she is out of country, so I am trying to give you the exact time here. Okay. So 11 p.m. is 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so I said it wrong. I have to change it real quick. So we will be on 6 p.m. Eastern And I, by accident, set it for 6 p.m. my time. There we go. So we are going to be here at 3 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Pray for her technology. She's nervous a little bit because her technology isn't working, but I can get her even if she wants to just call in and we can hear her on the phone. She doesn't have to come up on panel. And I'll let her know that as soon as I get off of here. Wait, what? The REINS Act is a law that Congress needs to pass. A justice for everyone, no matter their status. Research this when you have a few minutes. I certainly will. Thank you. I'm taking a picture of it right now. Thank you for that. Missing persons units, cold case units are already swamped. A specific task force could alleviate this and spark real change and bring people home. Absolutely. I agree. You all are I love this community because you're such great thinkers and advocates. You really are. And I want to make sure I got a picture of that one. Please hit the thumbs up if you would. I may be releasing this one to the general public tomorrow, but if you'll give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So I am going to see you back here for our mother who is going to tell the true story about her child who was sextorted. And we are going to learn about the extortion happening over the internet to children like Alisa Petro, she's missing now, and educate ourselves a little bit about it. So I will see you in a couple hours, about an hour and 45 minutes for our special guest. And if that time changes, I will change it and let you all know if she needs to change it. Thank you so much for a great family reunion. And it is so good to see you all. Let me know about that search, that protest. I will, YouTuber. I'll look for an email.